Hello, what is going on? I am Matt O'Leary, gonna be hanging out with you for some New York Jets pregame live. We got a huge program for you today. We are sweating out the finale of the Dolphins, or the final quarter and a half-ish of the Dolphins and the Patriots. Huge game, huge implications for the New York Jets. Jets have a must-win game in Seattle. We'll go over inactives. We'll go over your comments. I am amped up, baby. Who else is amped up for this one? Let's first go over and talk about some Mojo. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Mike White is returning. He is making the start for the New York Jets. He is currently priced at $5.03. He is up 1.39% over the last 24 hours. If you want to get in on Mike White or anybody else, you could join the link down below in the description for Mojo. It's live in New Jersey. Ton of fun to follow these guys and just see where they are over the course of their careers, as New England hits a field goal to make it 14-10. So they inch a little bit closer. Going to have to sweat this one out. But Mike White, who is who I have the spotlight on, I expect a big day for him in order to win the New York Jets their game and keep them alive. Who else is amped up? Get at me in the comments, baby. I am so pumped up. I see one. Billy SPC says, forget Strevler. Let's put Matt O'Leary on the roster. I'm amped up. I'm ready to go. I got my football right here. Whip it in there. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. All right, let's pull up the inactives. There are obviously a few inactives for the Jets in this one. Some notable names, which one of the notable names isn't really all that surprising. We knew that was going to happen, but let's talk about it. You have Zach Wilson inactive. That's the notable one. Nate Herbig is inactive as well on the offensive line. James Robinson continues not to play. Jeremy Ruckert still not getting on the field. Brandon Echols and Vinny Curry are also inactive here for the New York Jets. So you're going to have a new look offensive line to an extent with Nate Herbig banged up. You could get Dan Feeney in the mix there. As I'm watching on Red Zone, it was a Denver touchdown for them to take the lead, and it looks like the Eagles are also inching closer. I prefer, I made this pretty clear, I prefer the 1 o'clock starts for the New York Jets. I think that's my favorite. But the one positive is you get to watch so many more red zone games when your team is not playing at 1 o'clock. So that is one of the positives there. I'm amped up about it. So let's take a little look-see at the comments. How you guys feeling? If you want your comment to jump the line, you guys know what to do. Send in a super chat. If not, we'll kind of just go through. We'll talk about our feelings. We're keeping an eye on Red Zone again because huge implications for the New York Jets here in order for them to, who knows, potentially stay alive. Tom Smith says, New England isn't too good, really. Don't disagree, but that's a team you got to hope loses at least one more game. Hopefully Miami hangs on, but that is by no means, that's not a guarantee here. How about Sam Darnold? Up 14-10 on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He had a bad interception a little bit early on, or earlier in the second half. A monster first half. Darnold just got crushed on one of these plays. Was it a big completion to Moore, or was this incomplete? I'm trying to see the replay of it right now. Oh, nice catch. That's a nice play. Phil Adams says, old Tom Brady is like a baby the second anyone so much as touches him. Yeah, kind of looks a little washed. I don't know if it's the Todd Bowles effect. I mean, we've seen that firsthand, unfortunately. Probably too many times to count, but yeah, he kind of looks done. Billy SPC says, Teddy Bridgewater, 12 of 17, 161 yards, a touchdown. We should try to sign him with him and White. We're set next year. Yeah, I think more than likely. And I did a video earlier on the news with Ian Rappaport saying that the Jets potentially not looking to trade Zach Wilson. So if they decide that they want to roll with Mike White, I think they should also sign a lower cost backup. Teddy Bridgewater, Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett, someone like that. Obviously not as high a ceiling guy as a Jimmy G or Derek Carr, but not going to be as costly. So I think that, that's really not that crazy. Tom Smith asks, who's the backup today? That would be Joe Flacco as QB2. Strevler is activated, so you might get a Strevler package, but I'm more than certain QB2 is going to be Joe Flacco in this one, unfortunately. McNally says, need Pats win. Don't let Teddy Two Gloves beat. You thought we need Dolphins to lose. No, sir. You are sadly mistaken. The New York Jets need New England to lose one of their next two games. If the Miami Dolphins win this game today and the Jets win their game at 4:00, next week is a win and in. So whoever wins that game goes in. And Teddy just threw a pick. Is that going to get housed? It got housed. Damn it, Teddy. You can't be doing that, man. All you got to do is not turn the ball over, and you throw it right to Kyle Duggar, and he takes it to the house. Oh, that is brutal. There's still a ton of time, 2:51 left in the third, but again, got to really keep a close eye on that one because that's huge implications for what the Jets are doing today and what they need. They need the New England Patriots to lose once more. And maybe it comes today. It could potentially come next week against Buffalo, but you'd rather not have to sweat out the Buffalo and the New England game next week. You'd rather kind of get it out of the way now, but that's a tough one. Jets Chaos. What's up, man? He says, Happy New Year, Matt O'Leary. I was in with Jets Chaos and Green Bean for a little bit of their New Year stream last night. I will be on with them at halftime, so please make sure to check out Green Bean's stream. Happy New Year, Jeremy from Jets Chaos. Happy New Year to everyone here in the stream. Excited for 2023. Hopefully it starts off well for the New York Jets as they need to win to stay alive. And Mike White is back, so that's a positive sign. Feel more comfortable at this point in Mike White and what he's done than what we saw from Zach Wilson, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's I still can't get over that pick six. That's frustrating. Tom Smith says it's going to come down to the final week. It certainly feels that way. Did they doink the extra point? Jets, I saw Jets Chaos say doink, but is that what you mean? Did they miss the extra point? Because if so, that is massive. Snowball says Gardner Minshew is playing like he wants to be a Jet next year. Gardner Minshew, I think, has been okay in the two games that he's played so far. Let's look at his numbers. How is he doing today? I mean, offensively, they've struggled early on. Let's check out the Eagles box score. Oh, they did miss it. That's huge. That is big for the Miami Dolphins. Oh, that is good. Now you're only down 2. Ton of time as that one's going to go out of the back of the end zone. I got red zone on, so it might be delayed. I don't know where you guys are located and watching, if you have what kind of package you have. Okay, let's see what Gardner 13 of 20, 211 yards, 10.6 yards per attempt, 1 touchdown. He's been okay. He's been pretty good. And last week, Gardner threw a couple of picks, but I thought, mostly impressed against Dallas. He was 24 of 40, 355, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. If you bring in Minshew with Mike White, I'm more than okay with that. Little J08 says, what if the Pats and Finns tie? Oh, God. Great question. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. Someone in the comments, let me know. Skylar Thompson is in? Oh, no. I am sweating bullets, ladies and gentlemen. Did Teddy get hurt? I'm watching with no sound, obviously, because I'm streaming. Yeah, I guess so. He did. Oh, my. That's the problem. Teddy Bridgewater's made of glass. The poor guy gets hurt all the time, constantly. He got stiff-armed in the face. Yeah, he's walking around a little gingerly right now on the sidelines. By the way, Jets Chaos, I made literally right before such bad timing on me. I was making wings before and they came out right at 3:00. So I have some wings with me. I know Jets Chaos is going to love that. Had one in the countdown. I'm going to save the rest for when I'm off the air, but knew Jeremy would like to see William Justice says Waddle for the win. Can you imagine? That'd be stellar if they go right down the field. There's so much time, though. Each team's going to get a few more possessions. Now, for this Jets game, obviously, when you look at the Seattle Seahawks, and that's something that I could pull up for you guys right now, as we continue to keep a close eye on this one. They're starting to red zone did not show much from this game early on, but now with it so tight and so late, false start, it looks like. There's a flag or maybe encroachment. I didn't see, but oh no, offsides defense. That's good for the Jets and the Dolphins. What I was going to say is the Seattle Seahawks run defense is abysmal. They rank 31st in rushing attempts against, 31st in rushing yards against, 29th in touchdowns against, and 25th in yards per attempt. So Bam Knight and Michael Carter need a bounce back game badly. Both of those guys have really, really struggled the last few weeks. And the Jets run game in general has struggled the last few weeks. I think a big reason for that is due to the offensive line injuries and struggles. Well, nice play. A big play. Skylar Thompson dumps it off, and there's a flag. Who's 31? Mostert? I'm doing a bad job of hosting this. Personal foul. Roughing the passer defense. Back them up, baby. Back them up. Junio Rudy says Bridgewater is so cursed. It unfortunately feels that way for him. He just injuries have been a major issue for him. Yeah, McNally 145 says Michael Carter's been disappointing since that first Bills game. Yeah, I'll pull up Michael Carter's numbers because he hasn't had that same pop that he's had last year as a rookie. Pull those up. The first Bills game, 12 carries, 76 yards, then 8 for 19, 6 for 21, 5 for 5, 4 for 15, 2 for 6. Over that 5-game stretch, 25 carries, 66 yards, 2.64 yards per attempt. That is abysmal. That's not good enough. Shi Smith touchdown. Panthers look like they are going to win this one. Their season is very much alive here. Good for Sammy, man. Good stuff. Rich says helmet to helmet. John says, is LDF? I think he means LDT playing. I don't believe so. I think he would have to be elevated. So I would assume that means Feeney. That's my assumption. I could be wrong on that, but which obviously is not ideal. Tom Smith says, what did you do for New Year's, Matt? I went to a comedy show out on Long Island in the Paramount. It was Chris DiStefano. Big fan of his. I went to his special in early 2022. And then when I saw he was doing a New Year's show on Long Island, I was like, oh, I got to go to that. It was great. He did a fantastic job. Big fan of his podcast and comedy. And then went back to the girlfriend's house for the rest of the night. No, we'll ask jiu-jitsu YouTubers negotiate time slots behind the scenes. Good question, but no. No, I think there's room for everybody. We never talk about like, oh, I'm going to cover this video or this is when I'm going to do my things. Maybe it's unspoken. For instance, I know a lot of people go live after the game, so I just feel like and that's when I do the post game videos, which is a recorded and edited video. But I just feel like too many people are live. It's kind of oversaturated. So that's why I wanted to do a pregame because more people do post than pre. And there's a few people who go live for the whole thing. Jets Media, Jeremy and Green Bean. And that's not really my style. I don't want to necessarily do that. But I'm happy to join Green Bean and Jeremy at the half. That's always a ton of fun to check in with them. I like to go back to and check out their reactions after the fact. That's always fun. Oh, Brendan says, I love Chrissy D. He's good friends with my aunt and uncle. Great guy. That's awesome. Junio says, did you see that Kayvon celebration next to an injured Foles? I don't think he knew that Foles was like down on the field convulsing. I think he got the sack and just decided to celebrate. Um, it's bad optics because of how it looked. He was celebrating and Foles was like obviously very, very hurt, but I don't think he knew that. I think he just got the sack and celebrated it. So John is hanging with us. What's up, man? Hey, fellas, Bam Knight has a big game today. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's time for him to get in on the mix, get back to what he was doing. He obviously had a really nice few games to start off, and then got a little cold. Pull up Zonovan Knight's numbers as a New York Jet. What a find as an undrafted free agent. Pull up Bam Knight's numbers. Yeah, the last two games really stunk. Against Detroit, 13-23, Buck 1.77 yards per attempt, 6 carries, -2 yards. Oof, tough day, Bam Knight against Jacksonville. I think another theory of mine is with Mike White coming in for Zach Wilson. I think they will have to back off a little bit because of what White provides in the passing attack. So that's another added plus here. Little J08, I agree with you. He says 4 p.m. games suck. I hate waiting around. I really do. Ryan asks for predictions on today's game. I'm predicting a 24-17 Jets victory. I think Mike White's going to throw 2 touchdowns, 1 to Garrett Wilson, 1 to Elijah Moore. Garrett Wilson goes over 1,000 yards, which he only needs 4 to do that. Is a big 3rd and 9 for Miami right here. Thompson steps up. He's going to run. Come on. Oh, what a move, baby. A flag. That's going to come back. I think they run the ball better. I don't know if anyone's going to dominate. Like, I think they'll split between Bam and MC. Defense will play well. I think they'll create a turnover, which is something they haven't done in a long time. It'll be a tight game right down to the end, but I feel confident. I was an illegal shift on Tyreek Hill. Not good. Not good there. Snowball says, Matt, my son probably scanned your ticket at the Paramount last night. That's awesome. Paramount's a really cool venue. I've been there many, many times for comedy shows, music. I think my first time there was in 2014, actually. Really nice venue in Suffolk County. Good place to see a show. Lil J08 says, Danny Dimes, possible future Jet, is cooking. Yeah, he's been fantastic today. I think the Giants bring him back. I don't see how they let him go. Did he just throw a pick? Tyler Thompson just threw a pick on 3rd. You idiot. You're almost in field goal range. Oh, this meltdown is driving me nuts. 2 interceptions on back-to-back possessions for Miami. Disgusting. Tweet it out. Miami is in full meltdown mode. Gross. Gross. Yep, everyone said, dang nabbit, gross, pick, Hill's fault. Oh, that's incredibly frustrating. God, we are just hanging on. I can't believe we have to see if the Dolphins pull it off or the Bills. Now, thankfully, I think the Bills will have something to play for next week as Amari Cooper scores another touchdown today. I believe that's his second. As they're starting to womp on Washington right now. Tom Brady and the Bucs are going for 2. They were down 21-10. They scored a touchdown, so it's 21-16. They're going to go for 2. Hey, they rolled out Brady. And he threw it too high, incomplete. Damn it, Miami. Junio says Hill should have caught that. John says, so if the Pats win today and if they lose the next game, we still make the playoffs. Correct. Yes. If the Pats lose to Buffalo, if they win today and lose to Buffalo, you're in. You just need the Pats to lose once out of these next 2 games, the one that's playing right now and next week, and the Jets have to win both. And the Jets would be in as the 7 seed. Well, Brian says Chiefs have to win today, so the Bills have something to play for next week. They still might well, they just scored a touchdown, which is a good thing. Or is it yeah, it's a touchdown. They were late on the graphic. They still might have to play regardless, because what do you call it? Cincinnati's coming on strong, so you might want to make sure you're a 2 seed and not a 3 seed. As here comes the blitz, Mac throws up a one for grabs, pick. Oh my goodness! Defensive back on the Patriots couldn't get his head around in time. Thankfully, the Patriots go 3 and out. They're gonna punt it back. That's a win. It would have been nice to get a pick there because it would have been good field position. Mac was getting pressured and just tossed a floater in the air way under through everybody. Brian says Chiefs have to, oh, I just did that one. Sorry. Brandon, what's up, man? He says, do the Bills have to play for the 1 seed next week, or are they going to sit starters? They more than likely still will have to. Let's do the playoff picture. I'll pull that up. So if we scroll this down, the Bills have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. So you assume the Chiefs win. And if you assume the Bills win, then they will have the same record. But if they finish with the same record, the Bills have the tiebreaker. So really, if the Chiefs lose this game, and the Bills win, then they might rest their starters. That's really what you don't want. Unless the Bills lose to the Bengals this week. It's going to be dependent on both of these games. The Bills and the Bengals play on Monday night this week. And it depends on what happens with this Chiefs game. You want the Chiefs to win this game. And if they do and they go to 13-3, then Buffalo would be, let's say they lose and are 12-4, and the Bengals would be 12-4. That would drop them down to the 3. So I'd imagine that they would still want to play and try to get themselves back up in case either of these two teams lose next week. Complicated. Jets 830 says, if Miami loses our game and tonight's Pittsburgh versus Ravens game are big ones. Yep. Brandon says Chiefs are losing right now. I think they just scored to go up, but it's tight. That is currently 20-17 Chiefs over Denver. But that's a much closer game than it really should be. Yeah, Billy SBC says, fortunately, the Pats didn't get any points off the turnover, and they went 3 and out. Their offense is abysmal. They scored on a defensive touchdown today, which helps. Snowball says, later, Matt, driving to Glen Clove to watch the game. Go Jets. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it, Snowball. Hopefully you're watching a Jets win. They were showing on Red Zone, Jalen Hurts on the sideline. They're measuring 4th and 1, and they stopped them just short. It looks like it's going to be the Saints' ball. Saints are playing well against Philly today. Jonathan says he's Tua out for the season. He better be. There was a report that Tua, if he was able to play again, would be in the that it would be in the playoffs. Brandon said Russ just threw a pick. Is this true? Is this what they're going to show me on Red Zone right now? Play action fake. Russell drops back. He throws. Picked off. Let's go. Oh, Russell, you corny bastard. Go Chiefs, go. Is that going to go back to the house? He's still running. Down at like the 17-yard line. Chiefs should win this. Eric says, Matt, how confident are you against the Seahawks? Relatively confident. The Seahawks are reeling, so are the Jets, so I don't know if that's necessarily fair to say. But that defense is really, really, really bad. And I trust the Jets defense to keep them under 20 points. If they do that, I think the Jets will be able to score enough to win the game. I'm predicting 24-17, something around that. I don't think it's going to be a blowout in any sense of the word. I think it's going to be a close, tight game, but it's one that the Jets should absolutely win. Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the quarterback making a big difference. I have more faith in Mike White than I do with Zach Wilson right now. That's just the reality. Rich says next year we won't have to depend on anyone. Yup. Hopefully that's the case. Take care of business yourself. That would make life significantly easier if you were able to do that. Brian asked, do we want Pats or Fins to win? Dolphins, because that would end the Patriots season. The Patriots need to lose one more time. The Jets beat the Dolphins the first time they played. So if they finish with the same record, then the Jets would get in over them. So essentially you want a Dolphins win to bring them to 9-7, Jets win to bring them to 8-8, and then a Jets win in week 18 to bring the Jets up to 9-8, and then the Dolphins to 9-8, and the Jets would get in over them. Aurora says Bridgewater hurt. Yep, we saw him leave the game, unfortunately. Yeah, like Billy SBC says, let's hit the like button. Drop a like button while we're hanging out in here. Why not? Watching Red Zone, talking Jets, Seahawks. It's been more Red Zone reaction today, which is okay. But if you guys have any questions or comments about this game for the New York Jets coming up, we can get into those. Dan says not looking good for Dolphins. And then Brian says fins up. So they're not showing him on Red Zone. So I don't know what's happening as Carson Wentz just threw another interception, the third of the day. Good Lord. You got to go back to Heineke. How could you continue to run him back out there? It's embarrassing. It's Miami's ball right now, according to NFL.com. And they have it where?
On the forward progress to the 38.
I don't want to listen to the game. Are you going to flip it back? No, we're watching Chiefs, Denver, which that's also kind of important. You want the Chiefs as they get inside the 5, and it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 4. Here you go, 3rd and 7 for the Miami Dolphins. Thompson. Shotgun snap. Blitz coming. Throw way short of the sticks. Tyreek Hill, can you do something? No, he's going to be short. Oh, yeah. This is frustrating. This is really frustrating because I keep saying Tyler Thompson. It's Skylar Thompson. Can't move the ball. Cannot move it. And Chiefs just scored. Jerick McKinnon, I believe. Yeah. All right, good. That should pretty much take care of business there. That would bring them up to 20. If they hit the extra point, 27-17. Williams says, is LDT starting? I don't believe so. Let's see. Duvernay, Tardif. I don't believe he was elevated from the practice squad. Oh, no. I'm mistaken. I'm sorry. Zach Rosenblatt, who covers the New York Jets for The Athletic, says looking like LDT will be starting at right guard with Herbig out, would be getting the nod over Dan Feeney. As crazy as this sounds, I am more confident in LDT off the street than I am in Dan Feeney, who's been around for the year. Taysom Hill going to throw a bomb? No, take a sack instead. So there you go. There's your answer. I apologize. I was wrong. I didn't know that LDT was elevated. I figured that it would go to Dan Feeney, but it looks like LDT is going to start over Dan Feeney. So there's your answer, guys. Mike says, yo, O'Leary, there's a playoff game for the Jets today. Yes, sir. Absolutely. You have to win this one. The last few weeks have felt like playoff games too, and they've come up empty, but this one has really much different feels than the last couple. Jets 830 says, oh my God, can we show up? Can we play to our potential, please? Let's make a run. Why not us? Exactly. Defense, do your thing. Offense just has to be serviceable. Score in the mid-20s, you're probably winning the game if you do that with how good this defense is. So got to find a way. Have to find a way. As we're inching closer, 3:35, I'll hang on to probably right around 4. I might hop off a couple minutes before 4 just to get down there and get my stuff set up. But going to try to hold out. Again, I kind of want to see the end of this Miami game, but I don't know if it's going to be over in time there. They're down by 2, so New England's up 16-14. As Tom Brady's going to try to drive the Bucs down the field late over the Panthers. They're starting way back in their own field position, though. Nick H says, do we need the Chiefs to win? Yes. Yes, absolutely. You want the Chiefs to win because that means that Buffalo is going to have something to play for next week. Because if they finish with the same record, then they get the 1 seed because they beat them head to head. Obviously, you don't want Cincy to beat them today, even though I would still imagine that they would want to play for something in week 18. But it's kind of just easier if both those teams win because then both are going to be playing, which I think is what you want. Chris Havern says, God, and for the love of God, protect Mike White. Yeah, that's scary with his rib situation. You don't want to have to go to Joe Flacco or Strevler. Strevler was fun, but let's be real. He can't really throw the ball down the field and run an NFL offense. He's fun, a gadgety player for sure. And Joe Flacco looks like he has no interest. They're switching over to Patriots and Miami now. Pat's ball in at the 11-yard line. Big play to Bourne for about 15 yards. First down. Rich says Giants handled theirs. Yeah, they did. Good for them, man. What a turnaround from last year. Brian Daboll's an incredible coach. Got a ton out of Daniel Jones. Got a ton out of that roster this year. Really good stuff for them. Bill says the next 4 hours is going to be like one of Green Bean's roller coaster rides. 100%. My stomach is turning right now. And Minshew just threw a pick 6. That's gross. You don't want to see that. Billy SBC says Flacco is good, but the line would have to play really well for that. He just can't move. And with the state of the offensive line, that's going to be a really long day. He fumbles. Anytime he gets hit, he fumbles. How many times has he done that this year? 3, 4 times? John O'Sullivan says Miami is finding ways to lose this game. Zach Wilson, Teddy is coming back. Is that true? That would be massive if that's the case. If Teddy's going to be coming back in. It's New England's ball right now, obviously. And touchdown. Tampa Bay just got another touchdown. So maybe the Darnold dream and the Panthers dream is going to be over. I can't believe Brady, man, just still doing it. They didn't look good at all in the first half and then just come alive at the end. They just hang around. Unreal. They're going to be a 8-9 win division winner. They'll host, the Giants or someone like that. Or the Cowboys. And they'll probably beat the Cowboys again. And there they go. John O'Sullivan says Teddy hurt his hand. Billy SBC says, Teddy, please come back in. Absolutely. We're seeing the 2-point conversion on red zone, but I would like for them to eventually switch back to this Miami game. So 2-point attempt is good. So Bucks up 24-21 over the Panthers. JP Reels, I agree, man. He says waiting till 4 p.m. for the game is killing me. I hate it. That's why I like the 1 p.m. Just get it out of the way. Momo, what's up, man? He says if Mike White stays in today, we win. I agree with that. Just you can't have him leave because that is no bueno. No good. All right, they flipped back. It's first and Patriots on the 33-yard line. Dumped it down to Henry, and now they're inside the 30. This is starting to get sweaty, guys. I don't like this. There come the Patriots now. Second down. Second and 6 on the 20. They switched the screen around, then my light's like half blocking it, so I'm dancing around the light. Handoff, no gain, or maybe gain of 1. So it's going to be about 3rd and 5 from the 28-ish. In this Washington and Browns game, I can't believe they kept Wentz in this game still. How long left in the fourth quarter? 5 minutes, 49 seconds. 3rd down and 5. They're going to the line of scrimmage right now. Skylar Thompson's sitting on the bench, so I'd imagine that they're going to go back to Teddy if the next time the Dolphins get the ball. 3rd and 5 from the – they did it again. They did the split. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No. That's going to be a flag. Damn it. Oh, my God. Come on. Just turn around. The ball was way underthrown, and he tackled the receiver. If he turned around, that would have been right in his lap. He was beat badly. Oh, my God. Just a brutal pass interference. Tackled him. He just completely tackled Jacoby Myers. Why? For what? Turn around. Oh, frustrating. Chris says, is James Robinson active today? Nope. Trade a pick for him and haven't heard from him since. He had a big game in the Buffalo one. That's pretty much it. He hasn't been effective other than that first Buffalo game. If that's all you get out of him, that's what you get out of him. It's a 6th-round pick. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. They needed running back depth. It didn't work. 1st and goal. Jones drops back, throws, juggled and incomplete. Maybe a touchdown. They ruled incomplete on the field. He thought he was in. He was like bobbled and they switched back. Miami, man. Gross. Just a disgusting performance from Miami today. Now, that's good for week 18, but that means you're probably going to have to hope for Buffalo next week. I just kind of wanted to get this out of the way. It is 2nd and goal. Is that going to be a delay game? Okay, 2nd and goal. Run Stevenson to the 1-yard line. Do we have any faith if they hold? I don't. I don't have any faith in Miami getting the ball down the field. Tom Smith says Buffalo can handle the Pats. Yeah, they could, but you're just I think they do, but I'm just scared they don't have anything to play for. More than likely won't be the case, but it's so stressful that this is what it's going to have to come down to. And that New England's going to ink out this game because just a quarterback meltdown in the second half. Timeout, penalty, timeout. What was it? Timeout, Patriots. Ryan says, I said it. No faith in the Finns. Yup. Just no faith. Tom Smith says, I think the Jets D will dominate today. I think they'll be good today as well. I think 17 points is what I have them allowing. Run game really hasn't been great. Or their run defense really hasn't been great, but it should be something that gets a little bit better, I would imagine. Big test. Sauce versus Woolens also are going to be a really fun matchup. Not that they're going up against each other, but seeing those guys battle it out. Most people debate those two for rookie of the year. You guys know who I think the defensive rookie of the year is, but it'll be fun to see those two guys go together a little bit. All right, 3rd down and goal. Mac Jones kind of audibles into a shotgun. Drop back, fade route to Myers. Touchdown. I think he got the wind knocked out of him, but touchdown. So there you go. It's going to have to be Buffalo in week 18 to knock off the Patriots. The Dolphins are useless. Hold on, maybe not so fast. Russell Wilson throws. That's incomplete. But they're getting close to the red zone, down by 10 with 7 minutes to go. Rusty Rages says Pats are going to win, so we have to hope Buffalo beats them. Yeah, that's what it's going to just have to come down to, unfortunately, is you hope that Buffalo gets the job done next week. As soon as Tua was hurt, you knew this was going to happen. Yeah, I mean, it was a close competitive game most of the way. And then a 3rd-string quarterback, Thompson, comes in and just looks like a 3rd-string quarterback. Rich says, thanks for doing this, Matt. The waiting is killing me. No problem. Love hanging out with you guys before hopping on for the game. Did they miss this one? No, they made it. So it's 23-14. They're up by 9, so it's a 2-possession game now for Miami to chase with not a ton of time left. Ryan says, okay, Matt, going to go get ready for the game now. Great stuff and Happy New Year. Yep, Happy New Year. I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to do the same thing that you do. Go run downstairs. I got myself situated. Like I said, I'll be on with Green Bean at the half, so if you're interested in somewhere to watch the game, you could watch along with Green Bean as Russell Wilson runs one into the end zone. You could watch along with Green Bean, and myself and Ryan will be on at the half. Zach Wilson's asking what if the Bills win tomorrow? You want the Bills to win tomorrow, but you also want the Chiefs to win. You want them with the same record or within one of the same record. Something weird going on in the Chiefs game. I don't know what that was. Anyway. Billy says still enough time left for Miami, but no more mistakes and get a touchdown on this drive. You're gonna need a New Year's miracle. Nick H says Bridgewater is made of glass. Unfortunately, yes. He's been injured a ton in his career. It's plagued him. Yeah, that's a plus. Tom Brady got sacked on that one. They're going to have to punt to the Panthers. Maybe Sammy D goes on a game-winning drive. That'd be nice. All right, guys, I think we're going to start getting ready to head on out of here so that I can get set up for the game. Huge one. Huge game coming up for the New York Jets. Hopefully they take care of business against the Seattle Seahawks and keep their season alive. That's all you could ask for a chance in Week 18. That's what you're hoping for. Do your job. Offense plays to its potential. I think they'll score more than enough in order for them to win this game because I think the defense will play well. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Matt O'Leary, and we'll talk to you next time.